大家好. Firstly, of course, I'd like to thank Lake City for inviting me here. We will talk about market sentiment and possible future products and the way they're going to do ventilation of fresh air. We are now at item number 2. 2 weeks ago, Malaysia House Price Index was launched by the minister. And there are two important charts. I'll show you the first one. NAPIC, National Property Information Center, House Price Index from 2010 to 2020, the past 10 years. In the year 2012, it grew 13.9% over the previous year, 2011. By last year, there is still growth, but marginal, 0.6 only. We will share with you the breakdown. This is overall Malaysia. We'll share with you the next slide. But what can we conclude when we look at this chart? Property prices have doubled in 10 years. Double. Dua kali. Remember I told you the story? In 50 years, bangsa went out by 40 times. 40 kali. Taman Gembira, 15 times. So double, okay, not bad. So this is the conclusion, for example, you can get from the house price index. And the house price index is a public document. Go to napicjpph.gov.my, download the house price index and go to page 4. Now, page 4 gives you a sampling of the breakdown, how they derive at 0.6. Some went up, some went down. Their chart is not so friendly. I do a bit of editing. Let's see what it says. Chart number 5, high-rise price index growth of sampling, selected states and regions. The yellow bar, 2019. The green bar, 2020. Now, I highlighted KL North. In the year 2019, there was a slight dip. That means before even the pandemic, Malaysia have already gone into a slight correction, a slight recession in terms of house prices. But surprisingly, last year, it grew 1.8%. And people were saying, oh, must be lah KL, Lake City, the Masing, the Eco World, the UEM also coming to north of Lake City, the Wangsa Maju Sunway going there, IJM there, and so forth. So Kuala Lumpur by itself is a very active despite the pandemic. So this is the result. You can download easily. We are now going to look at just a few cuttings very quickly. From Star Property, better prospect seen for property developers, March last month. Dato' Som, Radar, brighter second half property market outlook. And I took this from the Star. I think Star people are here, thank you very much. Optimism building up in the sector, 9th of March. With vaccine rollout, most expect a better sales outlook for 2021. So this is just only 3 clippings. Good news is coming. I want to share with you, 2 weeks back I went to a Radar live event I like live event. If you ask me to go for webinar, Zoom, I don't. I rather spend my time sleeping nicely without alarm clock. How nice. So it was a healthy home for Malaysia radar event. There was a Japanese. Japanese are still around. Maybe 100 years from now, there's no more Japanese. Panasonic Japanese explain about their air conditioning system to improve air quality inside the home environment. And I looked at bacteria and viruses. So I went back. I did a Google search. Panasonic Nano Air Purifier removes 99.99% of virus and bacteria. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not promoting that you should buy Panasonic air purifier. There are many in the markets. You just Google, today's world has changed, and you can find all sorts of devices for the home environment. More concern, of course, is shopping mall, cinemas, where enclosed spaces where you've got to follow strict SOP. Places like offices. You want your people to work on office because he's working from home. Is he really working? We are not sure. So working from office is easy because it's interactive. Instructions have to be given on the spot and it's very clear. I just give you one example of a shopping complex. I stay in Wangsa Maju, Wangsa Walk. See what this shopping complex has done. Ultraviolet UV disinfection at Wangsa Walk at the escalator. You look at the escalator, UV disinfection. They are telling you it is safe. When you go on the escalator, you can put your hand on the bar. It's already disinfected. I think we have seen chat groups, people going to restaurants, they put a mist, they put a mist. Airports, the robots come out. Robots come out and do disinfection using ultraviolet. So for example, this is one of the things. What about offices? This one I went to the website, that's from Daikin. Before I show you, I want to tell you something about hotels. I don't like Malaysian hotels because you can't open the window. And you are not sure whether they are pumping in the fresh air or they're just recirculating, and the following morning you wake up, I get a headache. Why? Oxygen level is low. I'm breathing my own carbon dioxide. I like foreign hotels, especially cold countries, because there's no mosquito. Right? Malaysian, it's not that they are trying to be giving you trouble, but you open the window, mosquito come in and that's it. It spoils your night. So foreign hotels, when I search using booking.com or Agoda, I look at the view of their rooms and make sure that the window, there's a latch that I can allow fresh air to come in. So offices, for safety purposes, you will look, there's a gray circulation. Air conditioning actually only recirculate. So there are suggestions to use a pump to force fresh air from the outside to come in. That's the blue color. At the same time as you have air coming in, you have extractor fans. Red color, they extract. So if cinemas, offices can, this is for a medium size. If you're in a shop house, one side open window, the other side, the air will be naturally ventilated. This is for safety reasons. I'm not going to talk about COVID-19. Why? Everybody is an expert. Everybody knows whether they want to sign up with MySejahtera for vaccination or don't want, or wait until, let's say, 3 months' time. Private hospitals allow you to choose. I mean, my Lasallian chat group. My classmates, I'm in my Xaverian chat group. Some of them has been called, some have been vaccinated. Because we are senior citizens, we get priority. Young people have to wait for a little while. And there were few, after they look at what has happened at AstraZeneca, they let it go, they don't want. They want to wait for the private, they want to choose the Sinovac from the China vaccine, which they believe from trials in Thailand is much safer. What we can do from Ho Chin Soon research is to tell you to boost your immune system. And that's the last slide, then we proceed. Sunbathing for vitamin D. Eat lots of fruits for vitamin C. Practice intermittent fasting. Like today I'm fasting. It's a fasting month. In case I got sore throat or what, just let me cough for a little while. Then I can speak better. Make sure you got enough sleep. Now that I got the boss, I don't have alarm clock. But today I have to wake up early. Today I set alarm clock. Tomorrow, no alarm clock. I wake up, it's lunchtime. And make sure you regularly exercise. I play badminton, Yimao Chiu, twice a week. I can still beat my CEO. You don't believe, you ask him and see whether who win. I win. Now, if you exercise and you think your treadmill and all that, treadmill you can throw away. The exercise must have an opponent. Listen, you must have somebody fighting with you. Tennis, squash, badminton, even ping pong. Then the mind is coordinated, and that is real exercise. So that's all I want to say. We are going to move on. Follow the infrastructure.